Today's episode is about how to charge and own your high-ticket prices. Hello and welcome to the Successful, Sensitive and Intuitive Entrepreneur podcast. My name is Lydia Sophia Wilmsen and I am an intuitive success mentor for sensitive entrepreneurs. In this podcast, I speak about the challenges sensitive and intuitive entrepreneurs face. I offer you new perspectives and solutions, as well as experiences of other entrepreneurs. Plus, I speak about my personal experience of being a highly sensitive person who has successfully built and scaled 2 businesses. All of that with the goal to make you and your business even more successful in your very unique and authentic way. Have fun and enjoy. And I love this topic so much, especially because it comes after the interview I did with Tatiana last week, which was all about money mindset and how she shifted from being in a situation where she had a lot of debt, moving into basically becoming an investor in just 2 years. So it is possible, and it's all about mindset. It's about mindset, shifting your mindset and then aligning your actions. And it's the same about charging and owning your prices. It is twofold. One thing is to become really clear what is an aligned price for me, what is an aligned high ticket price for me and my services, and how do I own it? Like how do I go out into the world with it and act upon it, basically. And I want to give you several points today to think upon and put into practice. So first of all, I want to acknowledge that many people struggle with high prices or struggle with pricing in general, with charging in general, especially in the spiritual community, in the community of empaths and highly sensitives. It's always this feeling of, oh my goodness, I should just give this for free. I should just be nice to people. And if they don't have a lot of money, just give it for free. And in general, the thought is okay. The thought is valid. And at the same time, it's not serving you because you have a business and you don't have a charity. And also you basically create ideas about other people without knowing if it's really true. Is it really the best for the other person to not pay for your services or pay like a really low amount? And I just want to remind you of the many products you have lying at home which were very cheap, who either don't work properly because you need money to build something of quality. The same goes for your service. You need to have you need money to build and sell a really good, sell something of really high quality. And also all the free offers. I have so many free offers, and I know this from my clients and other people. Their computers are full with free stuff, and they just don't do it because they don't have skin in the game. So you have to understand that your assumptions about people and that it's better if you give something for free or for a really low price might not really be serving them because they won't get going. They won't start their transformation. So this is something to ponder on and to think about in general. And now about the 5 different points I want to make. The first one is that you have to understand the difference between fear-based and value-based pricing. Whatever it is what you sell, you are selling a transformation, you are selling a solution to a problem. You are selling a solution to a problem or a desire someone has. And if you come from a fear-based place, yes, you will charge really low prices and you will recreate that fear either in yourself or in other people because energy doesn't dissipate. You can transmute it, but it doesn't go away just because you think it's going away, basically. And usually what happens with my clients is that they come from a fear-based perspective first. It's like, oh gosh, people won't buy my product, so I have to charge really low prices. Or I'm a bad person if I charge in general, so really I have to charge really low prices. Or my stuff is not good enough, so let's price it low, so that people can't complain because they basically didn't pay a lot, so then they can't complain. And what you do with that is that you play even more into fear, and that energy is going to translate into your client and is going to show up in your client, either in the results of your client or the fears your client is going to have. You can instead choose value-based pricing, which doesn't basically have where you price the value you're creating, the solution you're giving, and the transformation you're giving. And that is a very, very different approach. And it's your choice. You can keep on choosing on a fear-based level. You can do that. You just have to live with the consequences. Or you can say, okay, let's not charge around my fears of not being good enough and instead charge around the transformation I'm creating for people or I'm offering them or the solution I'm offering them. What is this actually worth? And let's start pricing on that level. It is very, very different. The next point I want to make is commitment. And I touched on that briefly before. You need to be committed and your client needs to be committed, your client or your customer. And that depends on price. And that depends on what you're offering. Your client needs to be committed. Your client needs to have skin in the game. If they don't, they won't create the transformations you're aiming for. And the same for you. You have to be committed. That means the price needs to be high enough to have you 100% there. And if that means 3,000 a month per client or 10,000 a month or whatever, it depends how far you've come already, how much experience you have, how much you have gone through. Then you have to stick with what feels aligned for you and where you say, yes, if I charge that price, I am totally excited. I'm going to give my best game. I'm going to show up as the best version, as the best coach, as the best service provider, as the best marketing consultant, whatever it is that you do, or a yoga teacher, whatever. Like, you have to understand pricing. Like, if you price too low, you won't be in there. You won't be bringing your A game. And this will have negative results on your clients. So you not pricing your price, or you not putting your prices on like a very high aligned level is actually not benefiting other people. It's actually hurting other people. So charging low prices or too low prices is hurtful and not helpful. Like, you really have to understand that. So get very clear around that. Where am I 100% committed? For my one-to-one, my classical one-to-one, I charge at the moment 5K a month. And this is where clients get my A game, where I go out and about to support them. They get all my energy, they get all my support. Obviously, I have boundaries around time, and my clients are the perfect match for that. So they don't require me all the time. They are a perfect match for that because they are invested on a very high level. They are not victims anymore. You know, like, if you're a victim, you question the prices very much. And they are sovereigns. They are empowered. They know they have to put something in. They know they are not paying me. They know they are paying themselves. They are investing in themselves. And this is why they bring their A game and they are amazing clients. And at the same time, that price lights me up. If I charged half of it, I wouldn't be as excited. I wouldn't bring all my love, all my experience, everything to my clients, and they would have less support from me. And that would then show up in less transformation for them. So that's point number 2. First one was understand the difference between fear-based and value-based pricing. The second one, be committed or charge a price that has you full on committed and that has your client full on committed. The third point is to follow your alignment. I already said that or touched on that. Follow your alignment. It doesn't matter what other people charge. And it might be detrimental for you to really check out the prices they charge because everything is out there. And again, you will come from a fear-based approach. So very high prices might make you even more fearful and not charging your worth? Or might you go like, wow, that's outrageous, that's horrible, you don't do that. And that's just the other side of the same coin, basically. And you won't listen to yourself anymore. What is your excitement? What is your alignment? And you have to understand, I learned this from my coach, the prices, like if you follow the prices of other people, you follow the limiting beliefs of other people. Because they made their prices based on their own beliefs, on their own belief system, and you're just following them. So do your own thing and understand that it's your choice and find something that is fully aligned with you, because then you can fully own it and also sell it. Otherwise, you won't be able to sell it, or at least not with such ease. The fourth point I want to make is to honor the process. You need to embody the price fully in order to be able to sell it. If you pick a price that is really low and you are not excited about it, you are not embodying that price, you will sell it and not have fun when you deliver the service, or you won't sell it. That really also happens with prices which are too low. It might happen that you really have a hard time of selling them because you're not aligned with that price. Or it could be that the prices are your dream prices. You want to get there and you can't see, like you have more inner work to do to fully see that price and fully see the value you give so that it's okay to charge that price. So you need trust the process, follow the process. You don't have to go in with oh, now I'm charging 50K a month. Haha. But you don't see yourself there. So don't do it. Make baby steps and just raise your prices on the go. That's the way to go. So honor the process. You don't have to start with your end number, basically. Give yourself some space. Give yourself some ease and some compassion. The next point is, again, to check in with yourself. Can you handle more? Can you actually handle higher prices? Because sometimes charging too low or charging too high keeps clients away, because this is actually what you're looking for. And you might say, Lydia, what you're talking about? Yes, sometimes you don't have the energetic space for more clients, for more customers. And the pricing you have right now is making sure that you don't have more of them, because you're not, again, aligned with the price. And you picked it because subconsciously you're dreading to have more clients. Because one of my clients has a very high load of clients, and he thought that making more money meant he needed more clients instead of raising his prices. And of course, he wasn't selling more because he was already working at his limit, at his physical and energetic limit. So of course he wouldn't sell more. Even though he said he wanted to have more clients, he wouldn't, because he didn't have space for them. So you have to make sure, and I said this last time in one of my Facebook Lives, I said, you also have to make sure that you get rid of all the people who take your services for free. Sometimes you're coaching friends, you're doing artwork for friends for free all the time. And those are energetically speaking, your clients as well. They just don't pay you. And if you say, I want 10 clients, I want to make 10 pieces of art for 10 different people, and you're already doing 5 of those things for free for your friends, for family, for whoever, those are 5 places taken. So no wonder that you're not selling more than 5. So you have to have physical and energetic space for more in order to sell at that higher price point. And then the next one is very important as well. Know your client and speak to them, only to them. And this is where we fall back in the bridging period, in this period before, where we say what we want to manifest, our dreams and desires and the physical manifestation. This bridging period, where you energetically align to become a match to that physical reality. This is where we often fall back and speak to our old clients and call in those, but they are not a match for us anymore, so we have a hard time selling, or we are not happy with the results. So you have to know your client, have crystal clear clarity, and the right ones will pay you anything. So if you want to charge more, you have to speak to people who are willing to pay more, who are willing to do whatever it takes, who see the value, who have the personal capacity of thinking in those terms already. For example, if I charge, my high ticket prices, they are for a very specific kind of person who wants the transformation now, who is going to do everything for it. Not everything, not killing people, but everything morally okay for them, who are going to give their A game. And they are not the people who are in deep survival, who don't know how to feed their kids tomorrow. Because they are in survival mode. They are not in creation mode. They have to come out of survival first. And I'm not the person there for them. There are other people to help them there. Or it might be people who have never invested that high and they just think personal development, mindset, all that stuff is you don't really need that. So they don't see the value yet. They have the money, they don't see the value. They are not my perfect clients. So I need to have that clarity first to then speak to the right people. And I can tell you, I'm the best person. I had 2 coaches who raised their prices until I said yes. One even doubled her price. when we were still like everything fine, when we were still in discussing like if I would work with her, she doubled her price. And I was still a yes. I didn't care. Of course, it was like, oh, my goodness, now I have to pay double. But I wanted that transformation. I wanted that solution that woman would give me or would teach me so much that I didn't care about the price, And I'm speaking about high ticket and 5-figure investments here. I'm not speaking about like, shall I pay 20 euros or 40 euros? So you have to understand, you need a client like I am, for example. Like I want that transformation so much and I'm going to give it my all. And this is why I'm willing to pay that price. It's not about the price. It's about the transformation and the solution I want. And this is how you have to show up for your clients and your customers to make the value so crystal clear. First for yourself, you have to know the value you are giving. And then for your potential clients so that they can be a yes. So important. And I'm going to do an episode on that, on offers and how to create value-packed offers, basically, and how to pick the right clients. So I'm going to talk about this in the future. And the last point I want to make today is the inner work. You have to do the inner work around your worthiness issues of feeling good enough, feeling enough, of like getting rid of limiting beliefs of money is bad and just evil people charge a lot or high ticket prices are outrageous. All of that, this is your work to do. And this is, by the way, what I help you with. You have to do the inner work around the value and the transformation you're creating for your clients. As I already mentioned in the point before, you have to know first what you are offering them, what the value and the transformation is. And you have to do the inner work around that to fully own and to fully first understand and then own that. You have to do the inner work around the overwhelm of being like thinking, oh, if I sell more, I'm going to be totally overwhelmed and I can't handle that. You have to do the work around that. And last but not least, give yourself permission to thrive. This is also an inner issue. Are you wired to suffering or are you wired to thriving? That's a big shift that needs to happen if you want to happily sell and own your high ticket prices. Okay, that's it today for you. You have many points to ponder and many points to put into practice. Let me quickly summarize. The first one was understand the difference between fear-based and value-based pricing. The second one was your commitment and the commitment of your clients, like price around commitment. The third one is to follow your alignment and not the limiting beliefs of other people and their prices. Fourth, honor the process. You need to embody the price to fully be able to sell it. And it might take you a time to get to the high price where you want to end up. So honor the process and go step for step. The fifth point was the question of overwhelm and if you can handle more physically and energetically. You have to make sure of that. So to be able to call in new clients at the next level. The sixth point was to know your client, your potential client, your soulmate client intimately well, what they are craving and what they are willing, like what the solution and the transformation is that they are going to pay anything for. And this is what you're going to offer them. And the last point was the inner work, like around worthiness, value, overwhelm, and your permission for yourself to thrive instead of suffering. And as usual, if you want to hop on a free call with me and do the Mindset Mastery Assessment with me, you will find the link in the show notes. It's really 45 minutes where we go deep into what the limiting issues are for you, that you're not accelerating the results you have at the moment at the speed that you desire. So you see all the people around you making one breakthrough after the other, and you feel stuck at the place where you are, or if you want to accelerate your pace, right now your fear is you're going to have to hustle even more and you don't know how to switch to ease. If that is your issue, that you're always falling back into hustle and working more in order to create more, then I'm the woman for you. Reach out to me and we will do a wonderful, already transforming session, 45 minutes with me. I hear this from people who hop on those calls with me and even don't end up becoming my clients. They already tell me that this session is a transformation and it's not even a coaching session. It's an assessment to see where your work what the work is that you have to do. Okay, that's it for today. I'm so much looking forward to the next episode. And wishing you a beautiful, beautiful day and a beautiful weekend ahead. Until the next episode. Much love to you, Lydia. Did you like this podcast episode? Then I would be super, super grateful if you gave me a 5-star rating and review on iTunes. Super helpful. And please subscribe to the podcast and share it with people who you know can benefit from it. You can find all links to my social media profiles, my website, and contact form in the show notes. And whenever you're ready to take a next step, and that means you want to live a life of more on all levels, then send me a message with where you want to go and what is keeping you where you are, like what keeps you stuck at the moment. And then I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you for listening, and until the next episode, much love to you, Lydia.